Good morning, YouTube. Well, it's Friday, November 24th, 2017, roughly about 10 a.m. I'm making my way down to Safeway to buy some groceries, primarily some broccoli and beef, because I'm going to make myself a nice stir fry for lunch. But I wanted to drop this message on my way to the store this morning to really reach out to my field agent friends, associates, and even those guys that are just watching this video just out of curiosity. You know, you probably find yourself door knocking. Your upline manager's probably told you many times that the telephone don't work, that the persistency's lousy, that no one's making sales on the phone, etc. I'm sure you've heard it all. But the funny thing is that more and more carriers are rolling out voice signature, e-application technologies, which shows that that's the way the market's going. At least myself, I've had the privilege to sit down with large-scale organization and hear from their mouth that the marketplace is headed towards the phone and all of the innovative technologies that are existing today. So that's what the big boys are saying. The real big boys are saying. The reinsurers. You know, some of these IMOs, they've had success. They've made several $1 million, granted. But just because they've had success doesn't mean they know the future. Believe me. The reinsurers, the companies that reinsure the insurance companies that we sell for, those guys know what's up. They know where the market's going. Trust me. They sit down and watch the natural disasters. They look at risk. They look at risk different than me and you guys do. And they also see how the market's changing in terms of how policies are sold, how customers are engaged with the agent. All of that stuff is being analyzed. So if you're still buying the fact that your upline is telling you that the phone doesn't work, take a look around, do the research, look into the reinsurance, look and see what they're doing. You might find out that your manager, the reason he says that is because his hidden agenda is that he does not want you to learn the phones, because when you learn how to sell on the phones, you're going to have another option. And the option is going to be, should I buy direct mail lead at $50 to $60 a piece, which we know is completely saturated, and the facts of that lead being a duplicate copy or having a duplicate is extremely high. We know that if you learn on the phones, your lead cost is going to drop because you have less constrictions, less criteria on how it is that you generate your leads. That's one of the biggest benefits of learning the phones. So if you're a manager and you've been making millions for years, do you really want your agent to learn a new skill that's going to take away from their profit center, which is lead sales? I don't think so. Now, can you blame them? I can't. It's business. But can you blame yourself for not learning the skill? Yeah, you can, because there's no excuse. Think about it like this. When you call your appointments, you call your leads, what are you doing? You're selling an appointment. That's all you're doing. So you're picking up the phone, something your upline told you not to do, but he's okay with you to pick up the phone to sell an appointment. Look, I came from door knocking, from the old school door knocking, and my mentor and manager told me, don't you ever pick up the phone. Never pick up the phone. Show up at their house, door knock in that neighborhood, door knock on the lead. Never, ever call. That's a true door knocker, ladies and gentlemen. And if those are still out there, man, my hat's off to you. But how many of these field agents are breaking the tradition by picking up the phone to sell an appointment? That's what you're doing. You're selling an appointment. Why not learn how to sell it right over the phone and take out selling the appointment and sell the application right over the phone. And by using the technology that carriers have rolled out through a voice signature, that's just as good as if that person would have signed it with a pen and paper. If you're using an e-application, if the person has an email, you can go ahead and email them all of the information, and all they got to do is accept that email to those conditions, and the policy is issued. Look, it's 2017. Believe me, technology has changed the way we do business in today's marketplace. So if you're watching this video and you're a door knocker, I'm going to make a special invitation to you. Bring all of your old leads that you have, that you spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and really answer this question. What is your follow-up strategy on all those direct mail pieces that you have, that you've purchased? What is the training method that your upline is giving you on all of that old inventory you have? What is it? Or do you find yourself that your upline manager keeps on telling you, just call them once, if they don't answer, get another lead? That's what we call a lead junkie. And we don't roll that way. You know why? Because I pay for my leads. And I got to make sure that every single one of those leads is accounted for and is giving me some kind of an output. So if you're a field agent, I have tons of experience knocking on doors. Believe me. I set in place so many initiatives that revolved around door knocking, flea market stands, grocery stands. I know the value of door knocking. But I also have gained a tremendous amount of experience with the phone over the years. And I'll tell you what, you can drop $1 million in my bank account right now. There is no way I would ever hit the floor again, door knocking, leaving delivery notices. I would not do that ever again. And it's not that I'm hating on it. It's just that I found a better way for me and my family, and that was telesales. It allows me to live in the country, you know, where the average income for most people up here where I live is about $30,000 a year. So it's mainly a senior community, low-income folk. The unemployment rate's pretty high here. So there's not a lot of work around here. It's rural. But it allows me to be able to live in a community like this and be able to have the advantages of having a great career without having to be living in the city and having to be in that rat race. So look, the challenge to you door knockers is still open. I'm up here in the Northern California area. If you're up here in this area and you want to take on my challenge, call me. We'll go out and knock on doors in Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose. It doesn't matter, man. I've worked all those neighborhoods. And the deal is, if you can outsell me in the field, door knocking, while I'm selling in the phone from the car, then I'll drop it and I'll go back and work in the field. But if I can outsell you, then you'll drop what you're doing in the field and at least learn the phones to improve your bottom line. So guys, look, this year's gone. If you can really look in the mirror and count your blessings and your successes, hoorah to you. But if you're looking back and you're going into the holidays and you're stressing and you see everybody around you having success, buying things, and you're strapped, guys, maybe it's time to look in the mirror and ask, is this going to be the day that you're going to change the outcome of your career, or are you going to continue on the same path, getting the same results? But once again, for all you field guys, bring all of your old leads, no matter what they are, bring them to the table. And I promise that what you see is going to blow your mind. It's going to change the way you look at final expense telesales, but also how you look at the current leads that you've been sitting on for all this time and just been costing you money that you can definitely use. Once again, you guys have a blessed day, and see you guys at the top. Bye.